Coach Collins, after the Cougars have lost one to Orangeburg-Wilkinson here, 21-10. Coach, you got to feel like, well, I don't know what you got to feel like. That one, you just look up and the whole direction of the game has changed in a matter of about 3 minutes. And it's in that third quarter with the 3 fumbles. And what happened?
Well, we installed something new this week, and so part of it is, you're going to have some things happen when you do that. I told the guys it would. There would be some fumbling and bumbling a little bit. But just keep sticking with it, keep working with it. Also, once again, we had to make major changes, and we're continuing to fight. Our kids played hard. I'm proud of the effort they put in this week. I'm proud of the effort they put in practice. I'm proud of the enthusiasm they played with. But that's a good football team over there, and we try to come up with something we can hang our hat on, and it gave us some success, but we couldn't sustain that success.
You mentioned that enthusiasm, and that enthusiasm there at the end seemed like it kind of boiled over into a little loss of letting emotions get out of control. We had Trey got ejected after that little tussle on the sideline. What happened there, and what did you tell your guys about that afterward?
Well, we won't talk about that, but I told our guys real simple is that we lost our focus from playing in the game to focus on the opponent. Got heated on both sides. They didn't want to play a physical game, and that's what we brought to them. And it kind of started building, and I talked to refs about it and things like that. And eventually on our sideline, we had a late hit and didn't get called, and then tempers got flaring, and next thing you know, we had a small problem that I thought could have become a big problem. But our coaches and our other players did a good job of getting it under control rather quickly.
And I guess that goes, something like that goes with a game like this. You're renewing a rivalry, and that's something you said you told me you look forward to. This is a game Colleton County should play, and good to see that emotion and that intensity. But at the same time, got to keep it under control, right?
Yeah, and that's part of the teaching process. And when we focus on what we're supposed to do, we're fine. When we start focusing on other things, we have problems, and so that's a discipline issue. Speaking
of some things that you did and focusing on them, hadn't seen that look from you guys offensively, at least in 2 years. You kind of went back, and even that wasn't what you guys were doing 2 years ago. That was a real different look tonight. What was that?
It's a little double wing offense, and we were just trying to get as many people at the point of attack as we could. We knew that individually they had some tremendous athletes out there, and we didn't want to leave a lot of one-on-one schemes, and we were content to eat clock and keep the ball away from them and just kind of churn out yards and make it a physical, nasty game.
To that end, block punts, nearly block punts. You guys, despite not putting any points on the board, it felt like you guys controlled the game for the first 2.5 quarters.
Yeah, and we did. Our defense played tremendous. Offensively, we knew we were going to have some struggles. They're a very good defensive team. They've given up 6 points before tonight, and so we knew that there was going to be, we're going to play opportunistic. So we're going to play field position. We knew their kicking game wasn't very sound, and whereas we felt pretty good about ours, so we went after them in that, and that's what led to a lot of what we did tonight. We'll play very conservative on offense and try to beat them with special teams.
No, you're not one to make excuses or attribute too much to things like this, but a lot of guys on the sideline tonight, not in pads. Did that have an impact at all on what we were able to do tonight?
Yeah, of course it did. I mean, anytime you're missing some of the kids we had out there, it did impact us. We had several big-time players and a couple 3-year starters that were staying on the sideline, and so yeah, that impacted us a little bit. So we went with an idea of we're going to play team football and try to make sure that we're never again going to be in a situation like we were at James Island where we're just saying we're going to throw a ball up to a kid and hope he makes a play for the rest of the team.
Coach, you were looking for a lot different mentality this week, trying to be a little more physical, a little more rough and tough. You said the welcome to Sparta was the motto. Did you feel like you guys got that tonight?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like we were overall the more physical team. We didn't execute as well as we need to, but that's, like I said, that's not our kids' fault. That's practice time. That's the work of what we were doing. But I was very proud in the way that they played. That they were physical, that they didn't bow down. They got a touchdown on a pick 6 there where they dropped 8 people back and just kind of sitting in all the zones, and there wasn't anywhere for us to throw. And we felt like in this game, if we tried to spread out and chunk the ball with them, that it would play into their hands.
Right. Last thing here, you talked about that team's. We talked about that team being sort of a kind of an early season litmus test to see where you are, where you stack up. And you know, they had a big team. They had a lot of speed, a lot of size. You controlled the game for most of the game, and then had some things go against you at the end. What does that tell you about your guys, and how do you, despite the loss, how do you feel about this?
Well, you know, it shows we got a lot of fight in us, and our kids played hard. Also, this game showed that we got to continue to work on execution and discipline, and you know, and in the end, those are things that we need to do. We had opportunities to hit some plays, and you know, when a kid only gets 30 or 40 reps in a week of doing something, they don't get to see all the ins and outs and everything. So it was a good learning experience for us, and you know, we put a little package together we may use again in the future.
All right, thank you, Coach Collins.